Today, I'm going to build the ultimate Switch 2 using the craziest accessories to make the Switch perfect for 3 different scenarios. And once built, we're going to test each one on 3 different things to find out which version is the best ultimate Switch. Starting with travel. Currently, the Switch 2 is one of the best consoles when it comes to travel, but there are a couple of things that I think we could improve on. Starting with how it feels in your hand. And that is where our first product comes in. This is the Nano Grip bundle designed for the Switch 2. And this is a case and a grip for the Switch 2. So let's give it an open. Ugh. Ow. Ah, my finger. Wow, this is an incredibly sturdy case. And inside we should have a lovely cloth to wipe the Switch down, which is, yeah, definitely needed with this Nintendo Switch. And then of course we have the grip itself. This looks really nice. That should just slide out like that. And apparently all you do is slot the Switch 2 in. Oh my God. Wow. Immediately, the grip on that is just so much better. But for some reason, if these grips don't fit your hand very well, don't worry. They come off and you get a load of other grips to choose from. So it comes with a set of grips that are a little bit smaller, have a nice little divot on them to rest your hands in. And then we get these really shallow ones as well. So let's see what they're like. So for the ultimate Nintendo Switch, we will go with these grips. Now that the Switch feels better to hold and we have a way to transport it, how are my friends going to see the incredibly smug look on my face when I throw a blue shell at them in Mario Kart? Well, that's where our next product comes in. This is the Nintendo Piranha Plant camera. Okay, stay up, don't fall. Now the Piranha Plant camera comes with a really solid base that you can either stick on your table or even hook on top of your TV with this little mechanism there. But there is one feature that we want it for today. This specific camera plugs in straight from the top like this, and you can play on your Nintendo Switch with a literal piranha plant hanging out the top of it. You can actually see right here that there I am on just a handheld Nintendo Switch, which is incredibly weird. I mean, I can literally pick it up and just play my Switch while all my mates can see me. I'm honestly not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So now we've got a camera on our Switch, some comfortable grips, but although the back of the Switch looks pretty cool now, I think the front looks, well, a little bit boring. And these joysticks don't feel great. So I think I've got a solution to this. This is a bag with no writing on, and inside, a box with no writing on. I think this is the thing I've ordered, but I've also got no way to actually be sure of that. So let's open it up and find out. Okay, these are the things I ordered. These are grips for the Joy-Cons, and we've got 3 different types. We have incredibly thin ones, slightly thicker ones, and the thickest boys of them all. They actually look like blue and red Reese's Pieces. Sure, these are always a faff to get on. Come on. Give it. Almost done. Almost done. There we go. There's one. The other. I'm quite surprised by how good they actually look. And not only do they look good, but they feel really nice. The bigger joysticks make it so much easier just to hit the button from the side. And yeah, the Reese's Pieces look. I quite like it. And now we've got our Switch looking pretty nice, but none of that matters if the battery dies. But I think I've got something for that as well. This. Wow, that's incredibly heavy. This is the power bank and stand from a company called Venom? Their website is literally www.venommuck.com. Ugh. I don't think I want to know what Venom Muck is. That sounds kind of gross. Apparently it's rechargeable, it's 20,000 milliamp hour, which I think is good, and it's portable. So we've got some sort of clip, and I think this is the battery itself. That is hefty. Right, so I think what you do is you put that onto, it must be like, that is so satisfying. Wow, okay, this is overly engineered for no reason whatsoever. Let's clip it in. And then I think what you do is you just put the top onto there and you just clip it in like that. Then all you do is you get the wire at the bottom, plug it in like so, and it should, oh my God, yeah, it's charging. Look, that is ridiculously cool. That is an actual game changer. It's even got a little screen at the top that tells you how much battery life is left. And there's even a stand on it as well, just so you don't lose your normal stand. Yeah, this is exactly something I need for my Nintendo Switch, especially when traveling. And with that, I think we have built the ultimate Nintendo Switch for traveling. But in order to test that, we need to travel. So here we are in the car, not actually driving because I get incredibly travel sick. It's like a simulation, this, of what it would be like, because I don't feel like throwing up on camera. So in here we have the full ultimate Switch for travel, and it manages all to fit within this case, which is pretty insane. So imagine we're driving, we're on our way to like France or somewhere like that. I can just get out my travel Switch with the battery already on it, and then all I have to do is clip in the camera. And although it looks really good, how does it feel to play? Okay, we're gonna launch Mario Galaxy. Already, it is heavier than a normal Nintendo Switch because of the big battery on the top of it, but we are currently on 99%, which is actually more battery than it was on when I got it out of the bag. So not only is it lasting longer, it's actually charging the Switch up. These grips on the side are amazing. I think if it wasn't for these grips, the heaviness would kind of put me off a little bit, but these grips mean I can really hold it, and it just feels super nice. And if for some reason I did want my friends to see me while I was playing in the car, I've got the camera right here for that. Although if I was traveling, I think that would not only make me travel sick, but whoever was on call with me as well. I've just fallen down a big hole. Yeah, even with the ultimate Nintendo Switch, still not good at games. So once I've built each ultimate Nintendo Switch, I'm gonna be rating them on 3 things, starting with how comfortable they are to play. And these grips on the side, as well as these new joysticks on the top, have made this Switch 10 times more comfortable to play. However, the heaviness of the battery does make it a bit heavier to hold, so I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 for comfort. The next thing I'm gonna rate this on is battery life, and considering this was on about 80% when I took it out the case, and now it is on literally 100%, I'm gonna have to give this a 9 out of 10 for battery life. And finally, gaming experience. This makes the travel gaming experience of the Switch 2 so much better. We've got improved battery life, improved comfort, without having to sacrifice on things like talking to your friends and seeing them while you play Mario Kart. Not only that, but I think it looks pretty weird, but in a kind of cool way as well. People will look at you on the train and go, is that a Switch 2? And I think that's quite fun. So for gaming experience, I'm gonna have to give this a 10 out of 10. So the ultimate Switch for travel gets a 27 out of 30. So I am back from my travels, and I want to continue playing the game I was playing, but oh no, my roommate is just watching Skibbity Toilet compilations on the TV, so I can't get to the TV. And this is where our second mode comes in, handheld mode. And this is where our first product comes in. This is the 3-port Ultra Slim Data Hub. This is basically just a portable Nintendo Switch 2 dock. And that is all that's in there. This is it. It's got a wire on the top, it's got USB-C, USB Type-A, and a HDMI port in it. Apparently, this will let me put it onto a TV. But we don't have a TV. And that is where this comes in. This is a portable monitor. And if you don't have access to your TV, but want to play your Switch 2 in the best way possible, this is part of the ultimate setup. So in order to set this all up, this might get a little bit complicated. So we no longer need the portable battery. That can sit to one side. We need to plug this into the bottom. All we should have to do is take this HDMI lead, plug it into the side like so, and then if I turn on the Nintendo Switch, why is this not working? Hello? Oh no, does this not work? Then we're gonna find another lead that actually works. Oh, that seems, right, I've plugged that in, that screen's gone black, and now if we just power the monitor with this lead, we should. Oh my God, this is awesome. No way. We have the Nintendo Switch on this screen. It's not the brightest screen in the world, but it does work. And then you can just sit down and chill like this. Oh, well, okay, maybe you can't, maybe you can't. The stand is a little bit temperamental, I'm not going to lie. And there you go. It doesn't matter that my roommate's watching Skibbity Toilet or whatever. We can just play whatever we like. Does this work? Can we get into a game and just like play it? So there are speakers on it. Oh, it's gone off again. I'm not sure this feels like the ultimate Nintendo Switch at the moment. My Switch powered down and then powered back on. There's something weird going on here. Is it not even working at all now? I think it's completely gone. Well, that has absolutely failed. The portable monitor worked absolutely fine, but this device, it was doing weird things to my Switch. It kept restarting. So this is not part of the ultimate setup. We're gonna bin this off. It's gone. We're not using that. Let's hope this next product is slightly better. These are mouse grips for your Nintendo Switch controllers. These can be pretty fun to just kind of sit there and use wherever you're sat. They just slot in. Oh, wow. Oh, they're nice. Is that working? It is. Oh my God, look at this. Yeah, this is really quite nice. I mean, I don't know what games you can use this on, but I think you can use it in Stardew Valley, can't you? Bro, this doesn't work. This is really pointless. Okay. And apparently this is all we get for the ultimate handheld setup, with the portable monitor just like literally not working and these being pretty terrible. There's kind of nothing to test. So for comfort, I'm gonna have to give this a 1 out of 10. You'd be better off just using the travel setup. And these mouse controllers, although they feel and look pretty good, you cannot use them on anything. Battery life here, I'm also gonna have to give a 1 out of 10. Although we still got the battery from the travel setup, we've got nothing extra on it that makes the battery life any better. And when you're at home, you may as well just plug it in. The gaming experience on the travel setup was just 10 times better than the gaming experience on this handheld setup. So I'd also give it a 1 out of 10. Meaning that handheld, the awkward middle child of these 3 modes, gets a 3 out of 10, which isn't very good. I just stepped on a plug. Oh, my foot. So my roommate has now stopped watching Skibidi Toilet and I can finally dock my Nintendo Switch. But that's not good enough for me. We're gonna turn it into the ultimate docked Nintendo Switch, starting with the multi-function charging station. This is a dock for your Nintendo Switch that has a fan on it, RGBs, it charges your controllers, and you can put your games in it. What doesn't it do? Here it is. So what you do is you grab your Nintendo Switch dock that goes into the hole here, and then you plug it in like so. Just plug the dock in. That's really cool. Look at the RGB on that. It's not the brightest RGB in the world, but it is RGB. And the Switch can live in the dock there. Not only that though, we can take the controllers off and have them charging while we are not playing our Nintendo Switch. And finally, we can grab all of our game cartridges and slot them in on the sides like this. This is incredibly cool, but we're not quite done yet. Now, the Joy-Cons are pretty good controllers. However, they're not the best feeling. And that's where this comes in. This is the Mamba controller, and it literally has a screen on it. It's got Hall effect joysticks, amazing feeling triggers that with the switch at the back here, you can change how far they travel, customizable buttons on the back, but most importantly, it connects to my Nintendo Switch. And with that, we have built the Ultimate Switch 2 for docked mode. So let's go and test it out and see how it holds up against the others. So we've got the Switch dock plugged in with all our games on and the RGB, it's looking actually really cool. So if we turn this on, we should get, I've just turned it off. We can also grab our little piranha plant and just stick him down there now. Doesn't need to be on top of the Switch anymore. Okay, so we've got the Switch dock down there, we've got the camera there, it's connected. Now we just have to connect the controller. What's super interesting about this controller is the screen. It's how you pair it up to the console. There we go. We've got the controller connected up. And to match the stand, the controller, of course, has some lovely RGB on it. So now all that we have to do is play a game. Of course, if we're making the Ultimate Nintendo Switch, we have to play the Ultimate Nintendo game. Oh my God, the controller even has the motion controls on it. That's ridiculous. Oh, this is so nice, man. The Joy-Cons are good, but this controller is ridiculously, like, it feels so nice to play. Oh, this feels so nice. And I love that I can just look over there and just see this really nice, like, stand for my Nintendo Switch. It makes it more of like a showpiece, like, this is my console. And at any point, if I want to change the game, I can just go back to the home menu, grab one of the games out of the dock, and just put it straight into my Nintendo Switch. So in terms of how comfortable it is to play, this controller makes it so much better. So I'd give comfort an 8 out of 10. In terms of battery life, this thing is gonna win. It's plugged in constantly. So I'm gonna have to give it a 10 out of 10. But in terms of gaming experience, I actually like this less than I like the travel setup. The travel setup had a load of cool different accessories that you've not seen on it, where this is kind of just a dock that charges your controllers, which is cool, but it's just not as cool as what we started with. So for that, I'm gonna have to give it a 4 out of 10, meaning that the ultimate docked Nintendo Switch gets a 22 out of 30. And so travel wins, making it the ultimate Nintendo Switch.